The wind outside the alien dome blew hard across the sand. Inside the deep space listening post, a thin alien named Verlin tapped the screen again. His long fingers paused over the blinking signal. He looked up at his partner, a taller alien called Simac. "It's still here," Verlin said. "The signal is not stopping." Simac frowned. "Check the source again. Maybe it's just a glitch." Verlin shook his head. "I already checked 5 times. It's real, and it's strong. Very strong." Across the wide room, a group of other watchers gathered. Their smooth silver skin reflected the dim blue lights. They were nervous. Signals did not come from uncharted zones. Most of that space was empty or dead. But this one came from deep inside a dark corner of the galaxy, far from any known planet. "We need to report this," Simac said. Soon, the High Council of their world met in a tall glass tower. Screens floated in the air, showing the strange signal. It was a repeating pulse, filled with sharp waves and strange patterns. Nothing like it had been seen before. The council leader, Elder Toron, stood still for a long time. Then he turned to the others. "We cannot ignore this," Toron said. "Send a scout. Observe only. Do not engage." One day later, a sleek alien scout ship launched into the stars. It was quiet, fast, and carried 6 crew members. Their mission was to find the source of the signal and report back. Many days passed. The ship flew through empty space, crossed nebula clouds, and past the remains of long-dead stars. Finally, they reached a yellow sun. Round it spun several planets. The third one caught their eyes. Blue and green, covered in water and land, full of life. "This is the source," said Nolek, the pilot. They moved closer. The ship's sensors showed strange machines floating in orbit, small ones, fast, old, but full of heat. The aliens did not know it, but they were looking at human satellites and space stations. "Life signs detected," said Moran, the science officer. "Millions? No, billions. This world is alive." On the other side, humans had already seen them. The International Deep Space Station was small, but it had sharp eyes. The moment the alien ship came close, alerts rang out. A call went out to Earth. 2 humans were chosen to lead the response. Captain Jake and Lieutenant Claire. Both were trained, sharp, and trusted. Their shuttle moved toward the alien ship. Jake looked out the window. "First contact," he said. "Did you ever think it would look like this?" Claire smiled a little. "Not like this." The alien ship opened its side. A soft platform stretched out. The humans stepped onto it slowly. They were not armed. Their suits were white and marked with peace signs. The aliens came out too. Their silver skin shimmered under the light. Both sides stared at each other. Then it happened. One young alien, scared and confused, raised a device that looked like a weapon. It buzzed with energy. Jake raised his hand to stop him, but it was too late. The alien fired. The blast hit the ground, sending a sharp wave of heat. Claire jumped forward and pulled Jake back. With one quick move, she rolled and raised a small shock stick. She hit the ground, sending a pulse toward the alien. The alien dropped. He was not dead, just stunned. The others stepped back, shocked, as Jake stood up and faced them. "We came in peace," he said calmly. "But we will defend ourselves." The aliens looked at each other. They had never seen such fast reaction, or such control. They had made contact, and they had made a mistake. As the human shuttle pulled back, the alien crew called their leaders. "They're not what we thought," Nolek said. "What are they?" the voice on the other side asked. Miran answered slowly. "They are from a death world. They are not weak." Back on Earth, Claire sat beside Jake. Both looked out at the stars. They knew this was just the start. "They'll be back," Jake said. Claire nodded. "Next time they better come ready." The alien ship floated above Earth's orbit, silent and still. Inside, the crew moved slowly. The failed first contact played again on the screen. The moment the young alien fired, the way the humans reacted, how fast, how sharp, how calm. Nolek paced the floor. "We made a mistake." Miran stood beside him. They were ready. Even though they did not attack first, they were ready in seconds. "We must learn more," Nolek said. "We cannot return to the council with just fear. We need to understand them." So they stayed in orbit. They watched human satellites, They listened to human broadcasts. They began to study Earth. On Earth, Captain Jake sat in a room with Claire and a group of top leaders. The room was underground, full of dark screens and voices. "The alien ship is still there," a man said. "Let it stay," Jake said. "They are watching us. Let them see what we are." Claire leaned forward. "We should show them everything. No tricks, just truth. Let them see Earth for what it really is." Outside, life went on. Cities moved fast. Storms rolled across seas. Wild animals hunted in forests. Humans built, fought, helped, and survived. The alien crew saw all of it. They saw news of wars. They saw rescue teams. They saw machines digging deep into the ground. They saw rockets flying up. They saw children learning hard things. They saw people falling and getting back up. Moran whispered, "This world is full of danger, yet they live here like it is normal." Malek added, "This is not a soft world. This is a world that tests you every day." "Then what are they?" asked one crew member. Moran replied, "They are Deathworlders." On the third day, the alien crew sent a quiet message to their leaders. It said only this: "Do not judge them by their looks. They are forged by fire. They survive because they must. They're stronger than we thought." Back at the Alien Council, Elder Torin read the message. He sat in silence for a long time. "Send the file to the other worlds," he said. Soon the message reached other star systems. Leaders, kings, warlords, and scholars read it, and fear spread. Some thought Earth should be left alone. Some thought they should make peace fast. Others feared Earth would rise and take what it wanted. On the alien ship, Nalek saw strange new ships moving in space. Ships from other worlds. They were coming to watch too. "This is growing fast," Nalek said. Miran nodded. "We started something." On Earth, Claire got a new report. "More alien ships spotted," she said. Jake stood up, and it's time to talk again the right way. A plan was made. The human ship Liberty Dawn would carry a team to a nearby moon where alien ships had gathered. It would be a place for talks. Jake and Claire led the team. With them were two young members, Private Logan and Technician Riley. Both were brave and smart. The Liberty Dawn flew smooth and bright across space. When it reached the moon, it saw more than 10 alien ships. Big ones, small ones, all different shapes and lights. "They're all here," Riley said. "Let's show them who we are," Claire replied. The humans landed. They stepped out. No fear, just steady steps and clear eyes. Alien leaders came forward. Their eyes watched every move. They had heard stories. Now, they saw the truth. Jake spoke first. "Come again, not to fight, but to talk. We are humans from Earth. We are not like others. We come from a world full of danger. We are not weak, but we are not here to rule." An old alien stepped forward. "We saw your world. We saw your people. You live with storms, fire, beasts, and war, yet you build, sing, love, and learn," Claire said. "We do all those things because we must. That is our way." The old alien nodded. "You are different, strong in ways we do not understand." Jake said, "Then let us understand each other. That is why we came." The aliens stepped back. They spoke in their own tongues. After a long time, the old one turned back. "We will talk. Not just today, but always." On the ship later, Logan looked at Riley. "Do you think they trust us?" Riley smiled. "They fear us, but fear is close to respect." Outside the window, stars moved slow, but something had changed. Humans were no longer alone. The galaxy was watching. The moon base was quiet at night. Outside, the ground was cold and gray, and stars blinked above like silent watchers. Inside, humans and aliens moved through halls, sharing tools, food, and small words. It was a place of peace now, but no one forgot how it had started. Technician Riley walked down a narrow hallway with Private Logan beside her. They had just finished a full systems check on the alien ship. Riley carried a small tool in her hand, still warm. "Did you notice how they fix things?" Riley asked. Logan nodded. "Their wires are alive. They grow. Nothing like our gear." "And yet," Riley said, tapping the tool, "our stuff still works better." Logan gave a small smile. "Earth tech. I'm made to survive anything." They turned a corner, and saw Captain Jake talking to Elder Torin. The old alien had come with his council to study humans more closely. His eyes were dark and deep, like pools that had seen too much. "You learned fast," Jake said. Torin replied, "We had to. Your world is not what we expected." They walked toward a large screen that showed images from Earth. Deserts, forests, oceans, cities, but also things that shocked the aliens: hurricanes, wildfires, floods, and beasts with teeth like swords. "How do you live with this?" Torin asked. Claire joined them. "We don't just live, we learn, we build, we keep going. Our world tried to break us every day. We learned to push back," Torin said. "You call this normal?" "It is normal for us," Jake said. "Pain made us stronger." Torin looked again at the screen. "Your children run with fire. They swim in cold water. They fall from trees and rise again. Even your animals fight harder than some soldiers." Claire nodded. "That is Earth. It shaped us." In a dark room on the alien ship, 3 young aliens watched videos of human history. One showed a great war. Others showed battles in deserts and snow, cities rebuilt, people helping strangers in the middle of chaos. "Why do they fight so much?" one asked. "Maybe they can't help it," another said. "Now," the third one replied. "They fight because they must. And they win because they never stop." Back on the moon base, Logan sat in the dining hall, staring at his tray. Alien food smelled strange. He poked at something red and soft. Riley sat across from him. "Hungry?" "It's not really," he said. "You thinking about home?" "Yeah, and about all of this." "They look at us like we're monsters." Riley shook her head. "Not monsters. No, just different. We came from a hard place. That changed us. It gave us sharp minds and hard fists. But it also gave us heart. They don't see that yet." Logan looked at her. "Do you think they ever will?" "Some will," she said. "Some already do." Meanwhile, messages flowed between ships. Alien leaders asked more questions. They wanted details. They wanted to understand how humans lived, what they believed, how they fought, and how they loved. Elder Torin sat in a small room alone, reading human books. One book was about a man who walked across a ruined land to save his child. Another was about a girl who learned to fight after losing her home. He closed the book and sat back. "This is who they are," he said to himself. "They do not break." Back on Earth, a special room under the ocean held old records, deep files of tests done long ago. The files showed how human bodies could take pain, how they healed fast, how they kept moving even after injury. One alien doctor read the data and dropped the tablet. "This is not normal. This is power born in pain." On the moon base, a plan formed. A shared lab. Humans and aliens working side by side, not just to learn about each other, but to face new dangers together. Jake stood before the team. "He came to study us. Now we study each other. This is not a battle. This is a meeting of 2 strong worlds," Claire added. "We do not come with fear. We come with truth. We will not hide what we are." Logan and Riley stood at the back, side by side. Around them, humans and aliens looked at each other, not with fear, but with respect. Far away in deep space, more eyes watched. Some curious, some scared, others angry. But one thing was clear now. The Deathworlders had been seen, and they would not be forgotten. The moon base grew busy with new faces and ships. More alien races came to see the humans. Some came in peace, some came with doubt. Each brought their own fears and ideas. The stars were now full of watchers. Riley stood by a window and looked at the sky. Small lights moved fast across the dark. Ships, drones, probes. They all came to see Earth's people. Logan joined her. "We're not just soldiers now. We're something more. We're the answer to a question they never knew to ask," Riley said. On the other side of the moon, a new meeting began. Alien leaders sat in a wide hall. The walls were made of stone and light. The room was cold, but the talks were hot. Elder Torin stood beside Captain Jake. Claire walked near them. The room held leaders from 10 systems. Some wore robes, others armor. Their eyes held sharp questions. A tall alien with dark blue skin spoke first. "Your kind is dangerous. Your world is full of war. How do we trust you?" Jake answered. "We do not ask for trust. We offer truth. Earth is hard. We had to be harder. We fought to live. but we also built great things. We reached the stars, not to conquer, but to explore. Another alien, smaller with many eyes, asked, "What if others fear you and strike first?" Claire said, "Then we defend, but we do not start war. We never wanted that." The room fell silent. Whispers moved between leaders. Some nodded, others frowned. Elder Torin stepped forward. "I was like you once. Afraid. Now I see more. Humans are not just strong. They are smart, they learn fast, they adapt, and they do not quit." One alien leader stood. "I say we give them a chance. Let them walk with us, not behind us, not ahead." Beside us, slowly, hands and voices rose. Not all, but enough. Outside the hall, Logan watched from a screen. He turned to Riley. "They're starting to believe." "Good," Riley said, "because it's too late to turn back." That night, the stars above the moon base looked brighter. A message went out to all ships, all worlds. Peace talks would continue. Earth was now a part of the Great Table. On Earth, the news spread fast. People watched with hope. Some feared what came next. Others cheered. In a quiet base near the sea, a human general met with his team. "They see us now," he said, "so we must be better. Not just strong, wise, brave, ready." On the moon base, a new building rose. It was part earth metal, part alien stone. Symbols from many worlds marked the walls. It was called the Unity Center, place for talks, plans, and joint missions. Inside, Riley helped set up new gear. Beside her, an alien tech moved slow but careful. "Never thought I'd be doing this," she said. "Doing what?" the alien asked. "Building something that wasn't just for humans?" Logan walked in with new tools. "Get used to it. This is just the start." Meetings turned into projects. Projects turned into missions. Humans trained with aliens. They shared stories, skills, and warnings. Some alien worlds stayed away. Some grew angry. They did not trust the Deathworlders. They made plans in secret. But others came closer. They saw value in strength mixed with reason. They saw power, but also balance. One alien pilot wrote in his log, "Earth is not just a world, it's a force, and it's awake now." Back in her room, Claire sat alone. She looked at a photo of Earth from space, so small, so bright. Jake stepped in. "We changed everything, didn't we?"
"I know,"
Claire said. "We just showed them who we are.
"The rest
Is up to them." The stars waited, and Earth, once unknown, now stood in the light. The station was now alive. Lights moved through its long halls. Voices of humans and aliens echoed through its levels. Walls of steel and crystal stood strong. Banners from many worlds waved side by side. It was more than a station. It was a symbol. Captain Jake stood on the main deck looking at the stars. Beside him stood Elder Torin. They said nothing for a while. "You built something new," Torin said. Jake nodded. We all did. On the lower level, Riley checked the last power line. Her hand still ached from the last repair, but she smiled as the system turned green. Logan stood at the edge of the dock. New alien ship was arriving, not to fight, not to spy, to join. The name of the ship was Peace Flame. Small, old, and slow, but the message was clear. On Earth, the leaders watched from screens. The world was quiet for once. News showed the station. Not war, not fear, just progress. Students learned about other worlds. Doctors shared alien medicine. Builders sent parts up to the station. Even children drew pictures of ships and stars. In the meeting room on the station, Claire spoke to a group of new alien visitors. "It came from pain," she said. "We were shaped by storms, fire, cold, hunger, and war. But that made us more than hard. It made us strong. Now we use that strength to build, not to break." One alien stood. "We feared you. Now we respect you." Another said, "We want to learn your ways." Private Logan and Riley were chosen to lead new teams. Their job was to train humans and aliens together. Survival drills, building drills, response to danger. Both of them knew what it meant to live through hard times. They taught that to others. Torin met with the council leaders across the stars. He spoke of change. "We saw humans as a threat," he said. "Now, we see them as a force. not a force of destruction, a force of change. We cannot stop them, and we should not. We must walk with them. Some leaders agreed, some did not. But none could ignore what Earth had done. A new law was passed, United Space Accord. Earth was now part of the galactic table, not at the edge, not in silence, but with voice and vote. Humans were now a known race, not feared shadows, not wild strangers, but people of a world that taught them to stand tall. Jake was offered a high post in the new galactic force, turned it down. Instead, he chose to stay on the station. Claire was asked to lead the new Unity Council. She said yes, but only if she could work with the ones who had been there from the start. Riley and Logan stood in the hangar. A new ship waited. Its body was shaped with Earth metal and alien glass. It was not a warship. It was a long-range explorer. "What do we call it?" Logan asked. Riley smiled. "Homebound. Because no matter how far we go, we always carry Earth with us." They stepped inside. The engines hummed. Jake and Claire stood on the dock. "You're ready," Jake said. "We all are," Claire replied. As the homebound rose, other ships joined. Some from Earth, some from distant stars. The station sent out a signal, a call for peace, a call for strength through unity. In the silence of space, the whisper became a voice. The voice became a story. The story became a force. The galaxy remembered the moment the Deathworlders revealed themselves. Not with war, not with fear, but with fire in their hearts and stars in their hands. On a small planet called Earth, children looked up at the sky, not with worry, but with hope. The stars were no longer far. They were waiting. And the ones who came from the hardest world were ready to lead the way.